Arsenal are going to win the Premier League even after losing against Liverpool. Now think back to a time where Man City were in third place right after during 2024, in the spring of 2024. Everybody thought Liverpool was going to win. What happened? They lost against Palace. They lost against Man U. What happened then was everyone was then going to bet on Arsenal. But what happened? Man City won the four-peat. The Premier League is manipulated for the betting. Now everyone's going to bet on Liverpool, and especially after they got icing. But the fact of the matter is you have to have the same old Arsenal narrative. So it felt off to think that Arsenal were going to win at Liverpool. But the match was never going to end in a draw. It was always meant to end with a victor. The biggest fan of Arsenal is the late Queen Elizabeth, who died at 96 years of age. The winner between the top two contenders finished with the winner having 9 points in the loser 6. That's a tribute to Queen Elizabeth. Arsenal with 6 goals and 1 allowed after the draw. Liverpool FC is 61, but it is also Elizabeth II that is gematria 61. So that was a tribute to Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth II is gematria 84. Take a look at that table. 8 goals and 4 allowed. That is a tribute to Queen Elizabeth. Now, they set up the schedule to where it makes it easier for Arsenal to win during the pressure months of January through May. In August, they played at Old Trafford. They already played at Anfield. After September, they won't have to go to St. James Park. After November, they don't have to go to Stamford Bridge. Everton are supposed to be good. New stadium. They need money. European spot. Jack Grealish. So they no longer have to travel to Everton after December. So that's 5 tough grounds that Arsenal don't have to travel to when the new year starts. They don't have to go back to Old Trafford. They don't have to go back to Anfield. They don't have to go to Anfield. They don't have to go to St. James Park, where Liverpool almost lost the match. They almost dropped points until the 11th or 12th minute of extra time. So Liverpool, they barely escaped St. James Park. Stamford Bridge, don't have to go there for the new year. Don't have to travel to Everton. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Arsenal have won quite a bit over there. At the Etihad, Arsenal the last 2 years ended in 2 draws. The last part of the schedule, Arsenal to beat Man City, and they're on the verge of winning the league. Pep helps out Mikel Arteta. He gets the win at the Etihad before Pep Guardiola leaves after this season because Man City are finished. The third to final match against West Ham is a tribute to the Queen. Remember, that's where they got Declan Rice from, West Ham, because West Ham is the Queen's second favorite team. Burnley, second to last match, is a tribute to the successor of Queen Elizabeth. King Charles is a Burnley fan. They're on the verge of winning the league after beating the King's team. They win the Premier League against Crystal Palace because this is a tribute to the palace in the late Queen Elizabeth. So the last 3 matches are all tributes, all synced up with Queen Elizabeth. Arsenal Man City, April the 18th, 2026. Arsenal play Liverpool on the 7th of January at home. 33 weeks after losing against Liverpool at Anfield, Arsenal are on the verge of winning the league at the Etihad. Anfield is 33. Arsenal are on the verge of winning the English Premier League. English Premier League in abbreviations is 33. So a big match 33 weeks after Anfield. They're going to Man City. That's going to be a very significant number to the Cabal. Arsenal play Liverpool 79 days before Arteta's 44th birthday. Champions is gematria 44. Now the 79 days. The Reds is 79 days before his birthday. It is also champion, that's gematria 79. Champion is going to be a key gematria tribute. Arsenal are going to become champion 137 days after playing Liverpool. 137 days later, Arsenal win the league. It's going to come down to the final week of the season. Now, we have to sync up the day Arsenal beat Liverpool to the day that they beat Man City. Queen Elizabeth II is also gematria of her age of death. Queen Elizabeth II is 102. 102 days after they beat Liverpool is when Arsenal win at the Etihad. And to review Arteta's birthday, to the day at Arsenal plays City, 23 days, 23, big number. Arteta's big win at Anfield, it's Michael, I should say, is gematria of 23. Some of the key dates of the Queen, such as her birthday or day, her death, are going to connect to, in the day that she was coronated, is going to sync up with these key dates of the season. So first of all, we have Arsenal against Liverpool. 30 days before the day that the Queen was coronated, Charles is the current monarch. Charles is gematria 30. What about that February the 6th day to Arteta's birthday? What do we get? 6 weeks, 6 days. Charles is 66. I think Queen is 66, so Queen is 62. I think that day that she became Queen is going to have a big connection to the day that Arsenal plays City. It may be synced up with Crystal Palace. 107 days from the day that the Queen became Queen to May the 24th is 107 days. I think Queen Elizabeth does have 107 gematria. I think we just very well may have to copy and paste the full name. I think what we have to look at, obviously, is what day of the year. Obviously, Elizabeth II is 61. The Queen Elizabeth II is 84. So we know what these dates represent. I think this is going to come down to the final week of the season. Now let's go back to the Arsenal-Liverpool goal. Now, this goal was scored in the 83rd minute after 82 minutes. The Premier League will be decided on the final day of the season, because March the 24th is the 83rd day of the year, and the goal was scored in the 83rd minute. Now, 83 is also gematria of football, so the title race is going to be decided in the final week of the season. So this is your foreshadowing of what's to come, a Premier League race decided in the final week of the season. Dominik Szoboszlai is gematria notice the 96 for Queen Elizabeth. In the 9 points for Liverpool, in the 6 for Arsenal. Dominik Szoboszlai. And again, the 84 gematria of Queen Elizabeth II. Liverpool, 8 goals, 4 allowed. Scripted goal was scored with this player scoring the goal. I wonder who Liverpool in the season against. I told you that the fixtures are gonna set up to be favorable to Arsenal because they don't have to go to the away grounds, during spring and right after the New Year. But let's go to Premier League schedule. Now they have to play Chelsea during the last 3 matches of the season. Arsenal have got the easier matches during the last 5 matches. They play Burnley here, but then Liverpool have to play Chelsea there. And Manchester United. Arsenal end against Crystal Palace, but Liverpool play Crystal Palace towards the end of the season. Everton, Crystal Palace, Man United, Chelsea. Very, very tough matches to end the season. Arsenal get Tottenham out of the way quickly. They don't have to play Tottenham after February, but then Liverpool play a Tottenham that may need any point they can to qualify for Europe. What a big day this is, match week 33. Everton, Liverpool, and Arsenal, Man City. Could be one last gift for Pep Guardiola before he leaves Man City. He's going to give Arteta a needed 3 points in the title race. Let's go to the... Well, I want to take a look at this guy right there. How many days from the day that he scored to the day that is his next birthday? So his next birthday, 55, 56... Is there any 54, 55 gematria that we've entered right here? So this death of Queen Elizabeth is going to tie into the very end of the season. Over 44 months later, Arsenal are set to become champions. This will be the 45th month since her death. What about the place of death? Everything should be naturally connected to Queen Elizabeth's birthday, right? Now look at this. 33 days after the Queen's birthday, Arsenal are going to win the Premier League. Scripted by Freemasons. Scripted by the powers that be. I think Arsenal Liverpool to the Queen's day that her birthday. Balmoral Castle, over 44 months after her death, is more likely the time that they're going to win the league when it's all said and done. So I think the bettor's going to take a ride. They're going to be taken for a ride right here. And kind of similar to 2 seasons ago. Because everyone was straight up betting Liverpool right after Man City crashed and burned.